Hello, hello. Hi, all. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness. It has been a week. Okay. I'm crazy tired. I have had no sleep, been up since like 2:30 in the morning, but for good reason, because the message is getting out. And those of you are seeking services from Angel Speaking, and I am so incredibly grateful. Four proposals back to back, all submitted, done by 8 a.m. So excited, so proud of myself. Um, but again, crazy busy means good. That means that the message is resonating. That means that there are organizations and leaders out there that are hearing about how critically important inclusion is for the workplace, and that it is not a one size fits all model, that it's nuanced and it takes different consultants and trainers and workshop leaders to facilitate the right change for your organization. So with that, thank you all to those who have reached out, heard me on a podcast, or saw my book review, and seeking our services. So with that, in the spirit of not for everyone, and this is not a cookie cutter event by any stretch of the imagination. The journey for inclusion is absolutely nuanced for the organization. And just like it's nuanced for your organization, it is nuanced for the individuals within your organization. So please, PSA from all the women out there, all those that have this intersectionality of gender and race that we're working with, stop all the women's initiatives. Just let's not go there. And what I mean by that, let me unpack that for a second. What I really mean by that is that when you bring in someone to talk to women, to talk about leadership and career development for women, when you bring in executive coaches, oftentimes, not all, but oftentimes these coaches have been trained under leadership that it was a cookie cutter model. It was the leadership model looked the same for everyone. It was stand up, be confident, be boisterous, share your ideas loudly and proudly and often. Don't be too passionate. Don't be too subjective, be objective. Always lean into the data. Always make a decision as a leader based on the data. Know when to, get your team's involvement versus when you need to be directive. But oftentimes it's a bent towards being directive and being authoritarian because you want to be seen as a leader. And so when you start to unpack what is a leader, how do you define leader? Oftentimes we see what is typically considered those characteristics from a Caucasian male. And leadership, as we now know, looks different on everyone. Now, the trick, however, even though many of us have grasped that concept, the problem is we have not yet grasped the concept of really valuing that different leadership style, meaning promoting it, meaning advancing it, meaning seeing it as valuable. So it's one thing to say, everybody's a leader on this team. Everybody's opinion and experience and skills are valuable. And that's what you bring. So everyone is a leader. Okay. Well, if everyone is a leader, why doesn't everyone have a leadership position? Pause on that for a second. There's a difference between recognizing different leadership styles and valuing them. And valuing them looks like promotion. Valuing them looks like offering bonuses. Valuing them looks like assigning them to stretch opportunities, or leading a new business unit, or doing something different and innovative and letting that person run with it. That's what valuing looks like. And so when we talk about valuing that different leadership style, often we see those that are valued are, once again, white, middle-aged men. Okay. Again, not always, but oftentimes. So, therefore, when we start to unpack for women how they need to show up, how they need to own their own career, and embrace that unique leadership style that they have and leverage it for their career advancement. Well, now that leadership advice and guidance and coaching looks very different depending on the woman sitting across from you. So the same exact company, same exact position, same exact skills and experience, all of that could be completely ideal. If the woman is African American, I'm going to give her different guidance than, let's say, the woman is from Latin descent. Then say the woman is an immigrant. Then say the woman is Native American, or if she's Asian, right? It's going to be different. It should be different. It needs to be different. Okay. Because of bias, because of stereotypes, because of preconceived notions that exist structurally and inherent in the processes in which she's operating. We have to acknowledge that and do something about it. Okay. And that do something about it looks like providing culturally competent and relevant guidance. So you might think, oh my gosh, it's Women's History Month. We just created an all women's event. We brought in a speaker that's going to talk to all these women about owning their own career and leadership advancement and giving them all these skills that we thought were going to help them. Good intentions, absolutely. And some of those, of course, are applicable across the board, no matter who you are, no matter what gender you are. There are some leadership guidance and principles that any and everyone can follow. However, having a nuanced speaker, coach, advisor, or facilitator training and teaching women what to do for their unique experience and their identity is absolutely critical. So don't think everyone in that audience, after a quick 30, 45-minute talk, is going to go off and be great. Because some of those women are going to go off and try some of that advice and get burnt. Okay? Culturally competent, culturally relevant information for all different types of women. Okay? Those that are from in terms of an underrepresented ethnic or racial population are going to need to show up and be seen and do different things than their white female counterparts. Okay. So with that, I am here to help. Today was just an awareness tip for you to say, oh, we got to do something a little different. What do we do? Glad you asked. Hang around for every Friday in March. We're going to go through and talk about the specific, unique practices, guidance, just a couple of tips that will help each individual woman from those different ethnic minority groups. But I will say I am going to pause in the middle. We're going to do a quick offshoot and talk with Dr. Moss, special guest coming in to talk about something very unique that happens to women in the workplace that is not discussed, that isn't even discussed amongst women. But guess what? It's Filter Free Friday, so we're going to talk about it. That's right. Hang in there. Come back 12:30 to 12:35 p.m. Eastern every Friday right here. We want to see you. Please join the conversation. Please continue to reach out with DMs and direct messages, info@angelspeaking.com, because I would love, love, love to continue to support you and your organization on advancing your inclusion journey. All right. Take care. Have a great weekend. All be safe.